Here we go. Must move everybody around so that we can see everybody. Okay, thank you for your patience. Technology feels slow, but here we go. Okay, so today we are talking about essential oils for dogs. And for those of you who haven't met me, which I know there's a few of you on the call, my name is Meredith. So I've been using essential oils and educating on them for about 7 years. I am not a veterinarian, so I'm going to tell you that right up front. But what I am is a mom to a toddler and a mom to a needy Frenchie, which I just said you might hear her in the background. And I am, we've raised her on essential oils. So I'm going to go forward so that you guys can see how cute she is. So here's my family. On the left, toddler, husband, and on the right, we have current day Frenchie. You can see she's very white in the face. I think she aged a ton after toddler came into our lives. And on the right, I just have to show you how cute she was as a puppy. So the top picture is what we received from her breeder when we first were, asking and inquiring about her. Middle picture is her and her mom snuggled together. And it's so funny because she will sit like this with a human or an animal or like a stuffed animal. Like, I don't care what it is. She always wants something snuggled behind her. And it's so funny to me because it makes me think it's what she was used to with her mom. So it's really cute. And I just feel like dogs are intuitive that way. So we literally got her in February of 2014. We got our essential oils samples in March, so about a month later. And then I got my whole kit, my package of essential oils, April 1st of 2014. So she literally has been raised on oils. You guys are going to hear about that. We didn't get her spayed until I think it was June-ish, June, July timeframe. So it was a few months after we had her, and we used frankincense for her healing of her spay. And I really, truly believe that that is what she's obsessed with that scent. And you guys, I'm going to talk to you about aroma and dogs in just a minute. But really, I believe that is what kind of set that forward for her, was that first experience for her kind of became what she associated with, like, ooh, mom's taking care of me. I like this scent. It was kind of comforting for her. So moving on, we are going to talk about 3 cool things about essential oils because I want to give you some basics right up front so that you guys have that. Everything that I talk about today, I'm going to frame with the safety of a dog. But we, of course, can use these essential oils for humans. So we'll hear a little bit about human use as well, but I'm really going to frame it for dogs for you guys. I also meant to tell you up front, I don't have cats. I don't have birds. I don't have reptiles. I just have a dog. So I'm strictly giving you dog information today. But I've already had a few people ask me, do I have information on cats? And I will definitely give you guys some resources at the end and some websites that I like to reference for all types of pets, some really smart people who actually are veterinarians using essential oils with their full practice. But today, for today's sake, I'm keeping it simple. We're talking about dogs. So the 3 things up front that you should know about essential oils so that you feel safe using them for yourself, your families, and your dogs is that they're safe, they're effective, and they're affordable. So from a safety standpoint, essential oils, we don't have side effects, we don't have addictions. I don't think you have to worry about addictions with dogs anyways, but I just want you guys to feel safe using them. They're very potent though. They're 50 to 70 times more potent than an herb. So, and we do give herbal supplements to my dog too. She gets vitamins, oils. She gets treated like a human. So I want you to know a little bit goes a long way. So with doTERRA's, we are certified pure, tested grade, and just a little bit is all you need. So for instance, you're seeing peppermint here. Peppermint's very cooling and energizing for humans. It's very cooling for dogs. So bulldogs are known to overheat. So if you have any type of dog that has kind of the smush face like a bulldog, that would be maybe a boxer, bulldogs, sometimes certain pit bulls, anything that's kind of got that face that really does not have a full extended snout will get overheated on walks. So we tend to keep a bottle of peppermint and water mixed up in just a spray bottle. Guys, I do buy cheap spray bottles for this type of stuff. You're going to hear, and this is like what I like to tell you guys in my trainings is I tell you real information and then I give you practical information. So yes, for your safety standpoint, we should try to use essential oils in glass and stainless steel, especially if you're going to consume it internally. I'm drinking a little lemon in my water, so I'm using a glass, not plastic. The essential oils would break down the plastic. When I'm using them in spray bottles for cleaning, for like this, keeping a cooling mist out in the garage for after long walks, um, I use a plastic spray bottle and I feel totally fine doing that. And I think you guys can feel totally fine doing that too. In fact, I often repurpose plastic spray bottles that I have gotten from something else. And lately, there's even been some cute ones on the dollar aisle at Target, or you can run to the dollar store. So this peppermint and water, I just keep that and I can mist her after we've walked if she seems hot and overheated. But here's the cool thing about it. Peppermint's so versatile that it also deters and detracts ants from coming in your house. So if you tend to get a lot of ants by your like patio door or certain windows or exits, I use that same spray bottle. So see, multi-purposed, and I'll spray along the perimeter of like the track of my patio door. That's where ours tend to come in because it's right by the kitchen table there. And I can keep those ants at bay. And I also know it's totally safe that, my dog likes to lay there and look out the patio door. Who doesn't, right? So that way I know if she licks the floor or she is like just breathing all that in, I know it's safe for her and I'm not spraying some kind of toxic chemical there. So really great ways that we can multi-purpose our essential oils for our use and for our pets' use. Now, they are really effective as well. They work at a cellular level. So we talk a lot about this for humans, but I want you to understand that for dogs, they can receive the same benefit. So we can use essential oils at the cellular level for bigger things going on for them. I have friends that use their essential oils for seizures that their dogs have, and they rub some of that frankincense every single night on their top of their head, kind of around their ears to support that. We have used essential oils. You're going to hear my really cool story towards the end. So we're going to be here about 30 minutes, PS. We've used essential oils for urinary issues for my dog all the time. So that's inside cellular level use that we're supporting her with essential oils. You can use essential oils if you've got to go on vacation and you're going to kennel your dog, you can use them for the cellular level to help support their immune system. You can use it if they get kennel cough. So there's things that just like we can receive the benefits, they can as well. So we're going to keep talking about that as we move on. What you're seeing pictured there is our On Guard, which is our immunity protective blend. And while it boosts our immune system, it's doing the same for our dogs. So we can use this for our dogs as well. So I actually diffuse that every single day in my house to clean the air. But I also know everybody's getting those great benefits. They're also really affordable. I want you guys to understand is that there's 250 drops in the essential oil bottle that you're seeing there, which is a 15 milliliter. So it comes out to about 7 cents a drop for something like lavender, and you're going to use one, maybe 2 drops at a time. With dogs, I typically use one unless you receive a certain protocol that you're told to use a few more. So we'll talk about that, and I'm going to give you protocols in just a minute here as we move on. So just keep that in mind. Just a little bit goes a long way. So lavender is really calming. So if you have a dog that's prone to anxiousness, car rides, fireworks, you leaving the house, kenneling them, crating them, you can use something like lavender to help them calm down. So there is 3 ways that we use essential oils for humans, and it's the same with dogs. And I have my little notes for you at the bottom for dogs here. And specifically, we're going to talk right away about aromatic usage because it's like the way a lot of people love to use essential oils right away. A lot of people get a diffuser, which is what you see pictured there. You fill it up with water, you put a few drops of essential oil in, plug it in, turn it on in your house. Yay, everybody benefits, including the fur babies. However, what's really something that's kind of cool that you can do with your dogs to make sure they enjoy the aroma, because remember, they have so many, their sense of smell is just so much stronger than us. So when you're introducing oils to dogs for the first time, you can give them a sniff test. So you take the essential oil, you can crack the bottle open, you can fully open it, whichever you prefer, and you just kind of hold it out to them and kind of present it to them and let them walk up and smell it. If they continue to lean forward, my dog will actually start licking the one she really loves. So this is frankincense, which is her jam. Then you know it's an oil they love. Go ahead, use it in your diffuser. Don't worry, use it on them. If they turn their head away, start scratching at their head or their ears, or just really do not want to come towards you with that essential oil, then you know it's an aroma that they won't enjoy. So that's a really fun test you can do if you have some oils in your house. But the other thing to just take a notice of is when you're running them in the diffuser, please, 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 especially if it's the first time that you're using that essential oil in the diffuser with a dog, please don't run that diffuser and have your dog trapped in a kennel or a room with that diffuser running where they have no opportunity to exit if that smell is something they don't enjoy or is too potent for them. So my example I give to you is I know some people maybe lock their dog in a um, laundry room, a mud room, a back porch area while they're gone during the day. So they have a little bit of room to roam, but not the whole house or something like that. Imagine if you were trapped in that room, if you're a non smoker, imagine you were locked in that room with somebody smoking 24/7, would probably irritate you. So keep that in mind with your dogs that you want to have given them an opportunity to leave before they, for the first time when you've used that oil. So pretty much I diffuse just about everything. I know my dog doesn't have issues with it. And you will get to know that just like you learn your own body, you can learn with your pets as well. So using our oils aromatically, it's going to impact mood. So it's calming. We can do that for the dogs. We can cleanse the air. So again, that immune boosting, air cleansing, smells. Hello. Sometimes dogs do gross things like mine was throwing up last night. It's like she knew we were going to do this class, right? So sometimes you want to diffuse an oil to get rid of the smell of something, or you might have a dog that's like, I'm gonna, you left me, I want to poop in the house on you. So these things happen, and you can use the oils to cleanse the air. We can also use it to support the respiratory system, which would be something like kennel cough, which we'll talk about. We've got a slide coming up on that shortly. So we can also use our oils topically on the dogs, which is for them to receive localized benefits for an immediate issue of something going on. So this could be a skin bump, it could be a rash, it could be, honestly, it could even be a cancerous tumor that your dog has and that you're going to rub some frankincense on that tumor for them. But what's important with dogs is that we want to dilute. So you're seeing a little bottle of fractionated coconut oil. It's coconut oil that has the solid taken out, so it's always staying liquefied. And you're just going to put a little bit of that in your hand with a drop of essential oil if they're under 20 pounds, maybe 1 to 2 drops if they're over 20 pounds. You're going to rub it together and then you can put that on their bodies. Or I like to just buy, doTERRA has these roller bottles that are already pre-diluted. So I'm all about convenience. So for me, this is more convenient. So frankincense roller, frankincense oil. So you have options, but you can create your own rollers as well. So if you're a little bit more thrifty and you don't mind DIYing, creating your own rollers is going to save you a little bit of money. If you like convenience and having it done, you can buy them already done for you. So just a few options for that. Now, when we use oils topically on a dog, they're getting the immediate comfort. We're going to kind of massage it into their skin. And we can even use it that way to like boost their immune system. I'm going to give you a couple safety tips on the next slide. And then internal use would be the same way that we use oils internally, is that we can put them in, food, water, in a little veggie cap. That's what you see pictured there. Or it does say under your tongue. Good luck getting anything under your dog's tongue. Probably not going to happen, but you can swipe inside on their gums, especially if they're having some oral issues. And I'm going to tell you about how I do that as well. So again, using the oils internally, I actually use 2 oils on my dog's food, on her breakfast food every single day. She gets frankincense and copaiba, 1 drop of each on her food. That is considered the senior dog protocol from a veterinarian that uses doTERRA in her practice. And my dog is 7, going to be 8 this year. And obviously she can't talk. She can't tell me if she's in pain. We know that as dogs age, typically they have hip issues, especially bulldogs will have back and hip issues, things like that. So I'm using both of those oils, are anti-inflammatory. Both go all the way through to the cellular support level. Copaiba is similar to a CBD, but without any THC. So it's supporting all of her internal body systems. They're also both very calming. So I've noticed that she's had some more anxiety come up. Unfortunately, we've moved her a lot, that poor dog. So I feel like this last move, she got a lot of anxiety, like, are you guys packing up again? Are we staying? What's going on? I mean, we even just get luggage out for vacation, which she always gets to come on vacation with us. She starts freaking out. It's like, you're coming too, okay? So both of those oils are very calming, but they're also getting their support from a pain level and from just overall wellness. So I like to use those I put it on the top of her food. And to be honest, my dog will just gobble it right up and she doesn't mind. But try it out with your dog. If they do mind the flavor, I have other friends who will put some essential oils in a banana that they give the dog, or they'll bake treats, homemade treats with it and put the oils in. So here's our safety tips. Obviously observe their behavior when you use the oils that we talked about. Do not use oils in their eyes, They're directly in their ears, in their nose, or on their genitals. But I'm going to tell you honestly, my dog did have a skin bump come up on her bum, right? Like right by her bum. Did I use my oils on her bum because I knew that that would get rid of the little bump that she had? Of course. So I'm giving you the safety tip, but I'm also telling you my practical use is that I knew dilute it. It's right there. Would you want to pour an essential oil right on your sensitive lady parts? Probably not, right? Like, so use some caution with making sure it's really gentle, but I also knew it would effectively get rid of the skin bump that she was having. So our essential oil diffusers that fill up with water and then the oil are totally safe. We talked about topical use already, but don't use them if they are on a topical medication or a dermal patch from the vet right now. Then just continue topical use until they're done with that. There's a few oils to avoid. So tea tree, you see pictured over on the right with the dog. Tea tree is meant for cleansing, it's antibacterial, things like that. So we avoid it typically with dogs because it processes really fast through their liver, especially little dogs. If you have a big dog and you need to use it for something, totally, that is at your discretion. But it's really important with really tiny miniature dogs that it processes so fast. Which can cause lethargy so that they're very lethargic, they're just tired. It can actually cause their hind legs to stop working temporarily. So I've not seen it go to that extent, but that's the research. So I just want to tell you guys that if you're looking for that cleansing antibacterial approach for something that your dog is having, you can use arborvitae, cedarwood, or geranium would be your swaps instead. This is me telling you as a real mom, real dog mom, is that yes, I have used tea tree in a short amount of time because it's really cleansing on the skin. So like when she had that skin bump back there, I did use it in a little homemade salve and I knew it would be okay. And I wasn't worried because I knew it was for a short period of time and in such a small dose. So you use your discretion, what you feel comfortable with your pets, but you can avoid it altogether. You can avoid wintergreen, which is like aspirin in a bottle. We avoid birch. And of course, we're going to heavily dilute hot oils like thyme, oregano, cloves, cinnamon, on guard. We are not going to apply oils to dogs that have long tipped on their ears, like to the tips, because think about it, if they shake their head, those tips are going to wipe right through their eyes, right? So we want to avoid keeping the oils from getting in their eyes. I don't want you to use human toothpaste or essential oils that are in a beadlet format. Don't give that to the dogs because there's xylitol in a lot of these products and xylitol is toxic to dogs. So you need to read ingredients. Even peanut butter, if you buy a sugar-free peanut butter in your house, it probably has xylitol in it and that is toxic. So pay attention to ingredients. Dogs that are prone to seizures, you can ask me for additional information. There are some oils that you're going to want to avoid for seizures, like a cinnamon. But we can use the oils, as I mentioned. My friend that has a Frenchie that is prone to seizure, she uses frankincense every single night on that Frenchie, rubbed on the top of her head so that she can help keep her from having seizures. So I mentioned not using wintergreen, which would be like aspirin. So for pain, 3 other oils to consider for pain would be that copaiba that I mentioned, similar to THC, very soothing to the body and the nervous system. Frankincense, anti-inflammatory. Aromatouch, that's our massage blend. You can actually give your dog a massage for pain. So hip pain, joint pain, whatever you know they're dealing with. Now, instead of cassia, which is like a hot, pure cinnamon oil, we can use the thyme, the oregano, the On Guard, but we're going to heavily dilute those because those are all hot essential oils. So body systems, here we go. Digestive support. My dog was throwing up last night. What did I grab? I grabbed Digestin that you see pictured there. There's a few other options: ginger, fennel, coriander. Digestin's my favorite, so I'm just telling you that. I love it. Digestin has all of the oils that you see there blended into it already, so it's a blend of essential oils. And what we do, we actually started, I mean, I'm fortunate enough to know that before my dog throws up, she does a weird like it's like I know it's coming. So I'm fortunate enough to know that it's going to happen. So what I do is I grab that Digestin, I use the roller format, and I just start rolling it on her belly real fast. Oftentimes I will put it on the bottoms of her back paws. So the back paws for dogs is like their reflexology point. Or in this case, because I wanted to calm her tummy real fast, I roll a little bit of it in my palm and I hold it out to her. Now, I'm holding it out, offering, because I want her to lick it up. If she doesn't lick it up, totally fine. I know she's going to get the benefits that I just rolled on her belly. But I also know because it's a tummy issue, getting some of that in support, right? Like getting support inside right away would be key. So I offer it. Like if she enjoys that smell and smells like it's going to taste good and she licks it, great. And she did last night. So it was perfect. So we were able to have her do all that. And then we took her upstairs. She sleeps in our bed, of course, because she's treated like a human, right? So we did not, thankfully, have any more puke after that. Nothing in our bed, which I put a bunch of blankets down. I was like, oh no, what if? But thankfully, those two areas that we applied on tummy and offering it on my hand to her worked out perfectly. Now, on the right hand side, if you have a nervous Nelly dog, they need some total nervous system support. We already mentioned this could be fireworks, could be you leaving the house, could be that they're anxious about a kennel or a new place, whatever. I have found the two that I find here most beneficial is that copaiba that you see. You're going to see some themes. Copaiba and frankincense are like the bee's knees for everything for dogs and for humans, to be honest. But copaiba I use for anxious feelings a lot. I told you I put a drop in my dog's food every morning, but I have a friend who uses 3 drops. She has a very large yellow lab. She puts 3 drops of copaiba in a banana, mushes up the banana, and lets her dog eat that before they go on long car rides because the dog would freak out usually and anxiously like roam around in the back. So that really helps her dog. The lower left hand side, you see balance. This is a blend of tree oils that is very calming, very soothing. This has worked well for lots of my friends with nervous dogs is they like to just give them a little massage with it. This one's actually already diluted with coconut oil, so you can just use it right out of the bottle and just rub it on their back a little bit, maybe around their head, or just kind of gently massaging through their, kind of like this area. Like I'll do chest a little bit. So I grab these things while we're waiting outside, like to go in, right now you can't go in the vet. I don't know about you guys, but like, with COVID here, it's like call when you get here. It's like we took my dog for a nail trim the other day and call when you get here. So you're sitting outside waiting 15 minutes. I'm waiting just for a nail trim. And she's just nervously going nuts because she knows we're at the vet. She thinks something's going to happen. It's like, you're just going to get your nails trimmed. It's okay. So I'm just rubbing her chest, doing anything that I can to help calm her down. So cardiovascular support and endocrine support. I don't have any experience personally to share with you, but if you have a dog that needs either one of these, here we've got some options that I just wanted to share with you guys. You're seeing again, copaiba, I'm telling you, it supports every single body system. We have 11 systems in our human bodies. And if we use copaiba daily, it supports all of our systems. If you start giving it to your dog daily, it's supporting all of their systems. So I love copaiba and frankincense. And then you just see a few other recommendations here if you need that. I'm going to tell you my 2 websites that I like to reference as well towards the end. Immune support. And so immune support, again, this is like maybe you're having your dog kenneled and you feel like they came down with something. Diffusing the On Guard or using a little bit of On Guard on them topically or in the roller format. Remember, copaiba, again, nice, gentle immune boosting because it's impacting all of our body systems. Rosemary. On the right-hand side, this would be if they need support from a muscle and a skeletal standpoint. So again, they're starting to get pain as they get older. Maybe they hurt themselves running around playing outside. I've had that happen with friends with Frenchies that are puppies, and Frenchies actually are not supposed to jump up on things because they have such delicate backs. My one girlfriend's dog literally like broke his leg jumping. So things like that you can use to support pain, marjoram, copaiba, and frankincense. These are great for humans, great for our dogs from a pain level. So you can massage it on their body. You could use those 3 oils in a little veggie cap. So you can make your own little essential oil capsule, tuck it in their food or hide it in one of their favorite treats. Maybe it's cheese, peanut butter, whatever, so that they get that internal support to help with that pain. And you can also give them a massage with that Aroma Touch, which is that massage blend, which at the beginning we referenced it instead of using the wintergreen. So here we go, hair, skin, nails. And here's some DIYs that I use frequently and just some things that have worked well for me. So hair, skin, and nails, probably one of the top issues that you have with dogs. What I find really interesting, if you go to any dog store or supermarket store and look around at dog products, almost all of them for their hair and their fur and things has tea tree in it. Have you noticed that? That like all the dog shampoos all have tea tree. Did we not just talk about how toxic tea tree is for dogs? Even my vet told me some dogs are prone to really dry nose, which mine is. And my vet said, oh, I put this, we call it nose butter for Frenchies, which my vet is a bulldog vet. But she's like, oh, I put this nose butter in there for your dog. And I looked at it. She's like, it has essential oils in it. I know you love essential oils. And I flipped it over and it was tea tree. And I chuckled like, they don't know that we shouldn't make a product with all this tea tree in for dogs. So you can just use your oils on their fur and on their skin. I'm going to tell you my biggest tip that you see over on the right for your dogs. If you bathe them yourself, just use baby wash. Baby shampoo is the best for dogs. It is so gentle on their skin. They have different oils on their fur and their skin than we do. And by breed, it differs. So Frenchies can actually have a bath like every 3 days because they have more oil production, where some other dogs have very little oil production and they're recommended that you don't bathe them that often. So dog shampoo, or baby shampoo is very gentle for dogs. So we always bought a non-toxic baby shampoo at Target prior to doTERRA launching a baby line a couple years ago. And when doTERRA did, I just used the baby shampoo on my dogs. So I just want you guys to know that's a super simple way that you can bathe your dogs. Any type of skin issues. So when my dog was about a year old, she developed quite the bump on her top of her head. Of course, I freaked out, took her to the vet. This was prior to me finding my current bulldog vet. And the vet tells me, oh, it's some type of mass, could be cancerous, could not be. The only way I'll know is if we put her under, do surgery, and remove it. And I'm like, what? My dog's only 1 year old and she could have cancer? What are you talking about? So he said, gave me the quote on that. I went home kind of freaking out, thinking, well, bulldogs don't do well under anesthesia. I should not put her under, but 50% chance it's going to be cancerous. I don't know. What do I do? So did my research, find a bulldog vet in our area. I took her there, which now we've been seeing her for 6 more years since. And I took her there. She looked at it and she said, I can show you his report that he sent me right here. He called it this type of bump. She said, this type of bump is non-cancerous. This will go away on its own. He knew that. He was not telling you that because she's like, I'm not going to say it, but you can figure out. Yeah, he wanted to make the $2,000 off of me to have her put under for surgery, right? So she told me, and since then I've learned Frenchies, certain dogs are just prone to these kind of bumps. So she told me it will dry up and fall off on its own. But if you want to use a little salve or a little treatment, you can. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to use my frankincense. Told you guys you're going to hear a lot about frankincense. So I just would put a little drop of frankincense on there. It took about 7 days. It hardened up, fell off on its own. And that's what I go to with just about any skin issues. So sometimes she does have hives. Lavender is really recommended for hives on dogs. One time she must put her head in a bush and got kind of these swollen eyes. So I did rub lavender around her eyes. Now, I do want to tell you guys, my dog actually doesn't like lavender. When I do the sniff test, she backs away. She doesn't care for it. In the case of her swollen eyes, I knew lavender was going to take it away. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you don't like the smell. I was going to use it. So it's that or Benadryl. And in our house, we prefer to just try the natural option first. So I just want you guys to know that there are things you can use for that. If your dogs get into a situation, got stung by a bee, they sniffed something they shouldn't have and had hives or had a breakout. Myrrh is really calming on the skin. Geranium is fantastic. So geranium would be your swap instead of tea tree. Remember that. And Roman chamomile. So over on the right, my DIY toothpaste that I use for my dog works out perfect. 2 tablespoons baking soda, 2 tablespoons coconut oil. That's the hard coconut oil. And then 1 to 2 drops peppermint. Just mash it, mix it up, store it in a container. I use empty leftover containers. So I actually use my skin care jars, like leftover, like an empty moisturizer jar. I just wash it out quick and I fill that up with toothpaste for the dog. You actually don't even have to brush your dog's teeth when you're using something natural like this, like coconut oil. Coconut oil has all these antibacterial properties in it. Even just giving your dog straight coconut oil daily would do wonders for their teeth, but adding this baking soda and peppermint oil refreshes their, honestly, the breath in the dogs and really helps more of a cleansing. So what I do is I just scoop it out and just give her a little lump to they'll lick it up, and just them licking that coconut oil and kind of working it around in their mouth is enough of a brush. Now, if your dog will let you brush their teeth, go for it. Mine's not really a fan. You can make the DIY paw salve over here. This is like this time of year. If you live anywhere, I'm in Wisconsin, so everything's melting, but there's still a salt out that people didn't want to have ice out on the sidewalks, and then it gets muddy, so paws can get really irritated. So having some type of paw salve would be a really good idea for them. Just the solid hard coconut oil on their nose if they get dry nose works out great. And then owie spray, frankincense, lavender, helichrysum. You could substitute geranium instead of helichrysum in there and just having that to spray. So if they get a rash or maybe a little yeasty paws, spraying that. It's better to keep them from licking it, but good luck on that. We don't do the cone of shame in our house, but so we just try to keep her from licking, and we scold her when she does if something's going on. But like I said, good luck if if you guys want to do a cone, if you have some type of skin issue, feel free. Respiratory support. This is a big one we get asked about a lot. Our dogs can get a cough. Our dogs can get that kind of barky cough. Our dogs can you can tell if they're congested. Mine is prone to seasonal allergies, which yours might be as well. So the kennel cough protocol is on the right-hand side. You're going to mix breathe, lime, and thyme, 25 drops of each, just maybe an empty bottle that you have laying around. Again, you can repurpose. So when you get oils for the first time, keep your empties. They're great to repurpose for DIYs later. But if you're brand new starting and you don't have an empty bottle, just grab a little glass mason jar or a little, honestly, any kind of just little glass jar would work out fine to put these oils in. And you're going to diffuse a few drops of that in the house, kind of hopefully near where the dog is to help them. And then you can apply a few drops of it along with that balance on their paws. So again, these hind paws, do the hind paws. That's kind of their reflexology point, and it's really beneficial to them. You also see some other oils listed here that if you don't have those three, which you could use in your diffuser, or even just rubbing topically on their kind of this throat area where they're coughing or those back paws. The cardamom, On Guard, Breathe, Arborvitae, or rosemary. For respiratory, I do want to tell you, because my dog gets seasonal allergies, we actually do use the allergy blend, which is doTERRA's lemon, lavender, and peppermint, is recommended for humans for allergies. And doTERRA actually does sell those three oils in a capsule format called Tri-Ease. And my dog is prone to allergies, and then I can see the snot draining. So we actually drop just one of those tablets in her food as well. She just gobbles it right up. Occasionally she burps and I can smell the lavender coming back up, which makes me chuckle. But usually she just, she just swallows it right up, and it really helps with the drainage and just that sneezing that she has going on. It usually hers is leaves and things outside. So you get to know your dogs and you get to find out what they need. So here's my big story that we're going to wrap up with is urinary bladder support for dogs. And then my reference that I really love using this website for a lot of things. So our dog is prone to UTIs, and we didn't know that before getting a Frenchie. But I also did not know that female dogs, I mean, all dogs can be prone to this, but I didn't know that female dogs can actually have inverted lady parts. And now I know, and I know what that looks like because our dog has it. So there's lots of extra folds and things down there. So she requires a little extra cleaning after she goes potty. And occasionally she can end up with a UTI. And it can be as sensitive from, she's a low rider, which a lot of the low riding dogs, when they squat to potty, if your grass is longer or hasn't been trimmed, or they squat and potty out on a walk on somebody else's grass, that those grass blades are kind of touching their private parts, right? So we have noticed ours is real sensitive. We keep our grass real short. We don't really want her pottying on other people's grass because we don't know if they've sprayed it with chemicals or things like that. So we've noticed all of that makes her real sensitive to getting bladder, these UTI infections. So we used to, even though we've had oils and used natural living stuff her whole life, that we've had her, every time she would get the UTI, which how do you know that they have a UTI? They're going to stop and piddle a lot. So they're not getting like a full potty. They're doing a lot of squatting, a lot of piddling. And sometimes you might find blood, a couple drops of blood in the potty if you really pay attention. So that's how we know that one is coming on. And we used to just call the vet right away and we'd get an antibiotic. And usually the antibiotics did the trick. And I didn't worry about it too much. We're not a huge fan of like antibiotics or things, but I kind of was like, well, what am I going to do? She's a dog, I got to take care of it. I don't want her in pain. So a couple of years ago, we had a really bad UTI that just wouldn't go away. They gave us the antibiotic. It wasn't gone. I could tell she was in pain. They gave us a second round, still wasn't gone. Third round, in my head, I'm kind of cringing. I'm thinking she's 30 pounds. I just ran 3 rounds of antibiotics down her body. I wouldn't do that to myself, let alone a little 30-pound dog. And it still wasn't gone. And the vet was recommending that we do a 4th round. I'm going to tell you guys, honestly, I had spent $1,000 at this point already between vet, the fee every time you bring them in, the diagnostics, the medication, blah, blah, blah. So I started looking up and I came to this website, dogoiler.com. Favorite website. Love it. If you click on, she has a little section called EO Lab. Her EO Lab is all of her DIY recipes for dogs. She has to be compliant in her terminology. So you have to kind of read between the lines. So her urinary support, she can't say UTI because the FDA keeps us. I can say this talking to you guys privately. We can't say that publicly on a website. So UTI, she calls it P blues, the P-torium blues or the P whatever. Figure it out. She's talking about potty, P, right? So you have to read between the lines a little bit and read her description of what it's for. But this is her blend. Oh my gosh, you guys, after spending $1,000, 3 rounds of antibiotics, this is what we did. 20 drops frankincense, 10 drops On Guard, 1 drop oregano. In an empty 15 ml bottle, fill the rest up with coconut oil, and then you apply it to 3 areas. It goes over the kidney bladder area. So for dogs, it's actually their kidney and bladder is kind of near their spine, but I rub a little bit here under their chest and then over their back, and then the back paws, the specific area, if you have a dog that suffers with kidney or bladder issues, the specific back paw area is between this last paw and the big paw pad. So there's like a little opening right here. That's where you drop the essential oil because that's supporting the kidney bladder area. And then you put, they're asking you to put a drop in their mouth. Again, all I do is put it in my hand, offer it to her. She licks it right up. But you could swipe it if they're not one that licks your hands easily. You could just take a swipe and rub it around in their gums. You do that 3 to 4 times a day for the full 14 days. I'm not even kidding you. I could tell after 2 days that my dog was totally fine, better. But I wanted to continue just like you would with an antibiotic. You would take it the full 14 days. So I continued the full 14 days. I took her back to retest her at the vet. They called me, said, "Oh my gosh, whatever you did worked. She's perfectly clear. That she's got, such healthy blood levels, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Thank you. I knew that." So the recommendation is that you would always, when they have a UTI or something, you would take them back and get retested to prove that they're fine. I'm telling you my real life experience. I know this recipe works. So if we see her starting to struggle, we just grab it and start using it. We keep this mixed up all the time now. And I don't take her back to retest because I can tell by day 2 she's fine, but I continue on with that full treatment. So love Dog Oiler so much. So you guys can check out that area and you will get lots of great recipes. I don't know everybody that's on the call personally. So I just want to tell you guys, if you are on and you're brand new and you've never gotten essential oils, I'm going to show you my recommended dog kits. If you have essential oils, I'm going to point you to, if you already have a membership and have essential oils, I'm going to point you towards what you could add into your collection for your dogs. But just so everybody knows, if you're brand new here, your best way to purchase is to get a wholesale membership. It's like Costco. You buy a one-time membership of $35, you get a 25% discount for the entire year. Or you can buy an essential oil kit. It's a package of oils that they've already put together for you. And then you don't have to pay the $35 fee. You are going to get an additional freebie for being on this because I am in a program right now that I can offer additional freebies. So I'm going to show you that in just a second here. What you can expect from me if you're brand new and you're going to get an essential oil package, this is me or whomever sent you here to watch today, is you'll get a personal consultation with them, some type of welcome packet welcoming you in the mail, and access to our separate VIP educational groups. We do a lot of education. We do giveaways in our groups. We have community support. And then actually, we will have ongoing support for you guys here as newbies too. So here's my 3, I'm just showing you 3 recommended options, and they all come with this free oil that you're seeing on the left-hand side. So this is called our Healthy Start Kit. It's our top 10 essential oils. We talked about a lot of them today. They're in a smaller bottle. They're in 5 ml, so it's 80 drops with a diffuser. Now I added the bottle of coconut oil on in the picture here because I think it's important to have for the dogs. And this one, you're gonna just grab the roller bottles and make your own for the dogs, or you're gonna pump that coconut oil in your hand, add your essential oil, rub it on. This will be $172 to you, and you will get free Citrus Bliss, which is the invigorating blend on the left. You're gonna love that one in your diffuser. It's highly energizing. So this one is missing, this one has frankincense, but it's missing copaiba. So if you want the big bottles, the 15 ml, you can take this as a step up kit. This one has copaiba, but no frankincense. So little difference, big bottles, no frankincense. You can add frankincense on if you want, but you would be getting the copaiba here. And you also would be getting that balance blend. So this one has a little bit more emotional support in it. In our first kit, that I showed you here, the emotional support that you would use if you have a nervous Nelly dog would be the lavender. In this one, you have lavender, but you also have the copaiba, you have the balance, and you have a blend called Adaptive. We didn't really talk about it, but that's actually our newest blend for stress, anxiety, really great for everybody. I love it I wear it like perfume practically daily, but great for the dogs as well. You get a little bit larger diffuser, still the coconut oil. This one's $261. So as you saw, it's about $90 more, but you're getting triple the amount of oil, but you're not getting the frankincense. You will still get the free Citrus Bliss. You could add frankincense on or get it at another time. If you already have essential oils, I would recommend that you purchase this, which is the Rollerball kit. It's called the Touch Kit. It's $169. If you don't have essential oils and you want to get started using them strictly for your dogs, this would be a great option. You can use these on yourself as well, but you can only use them topically. You don't get the diffuser. You don't have the option of adding them to your water or making DIY with them because they're already just in the roller bottles. So fantastic kit if that's what you want from a convenience standpoint. I just want you guys to see that you have options. This one will come with the free Citrus Bliss too. Citrus Bliss is just for our brand new people. I want you guys to see this. This would be if you don't have a doTERRA membership already, or you are welcome. If you want the recording of this, let me know. You're welcome to share this recording with anybody, any of your friends that love dogs. If they're brand new and they want to get essential oils, they're going to get the free Citrus Bliss if their order is 100 to 299 PV. If it's 300 PV or more, you'll get Citrus Bliss plus the adaptive. So I don't want to confuse you too much. Just want you to know these are the freebies that I have available to offer you guys. And then next month, if you decide to place a new order, like you want to maybe pick up that frankincense or you want to get a few more things to add to your stash, if it's over 100 PV, which stands for point value, I'm just using weird terminology for you guys, you'll get an additional free $25 shopping credit. So these are perks that you have for being on one of my calls. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for, if you want to share this with friends, you're more than welcome to just ask for the recording. We do have 2 diffusers on sale this month. If you want to pick up an additional diffuser for yourself or for in your house. On the left-hand side, you're seeing La Luz, which is a pretty white one, with peppermint and wild orange. That's $59 on sale for that whole package. On the right, this guy is a monster. This is about literally like 18 inches tall. It's a really big diffuser, but it's also a humidifier built into it. So I run this one on my nightstand at night. This one, you're getting a bottle of On Guard and a bottle of Breathe with it for $88. So options here for a little sale. I mean, you want to grab something extra for yourself. So here's what you need to do. If you are on here brand new and you don't have a doTERRA membership, I really, really, really need you to text me. You see my little phone number there. I'm going to actually put it in the chat. Let me get the chat open if I can here. Maybe I can't get chat till we are done sharing my screen. Nope, here we go. Chat. Oh my goodness, you guys, I need to check the chat. My cell, 920-550-6291. So here's the deal. If you're brand new and you want to get the freebies, you have to text me because I have to put your name and an email address into my class register online so that doTERRA can link that you attended one of my classes to get the freebie so they know to put it in your order. So that's how our technology works. So if you text me 920-550-6291 and just put your name, your email address, and say dog class or whatever with it, would really, really help me. That way I can link you up. If you already have a doTERRA membership, don't worry, you don't have to do that. This is for brand newbies. And if you're wanting to get one of these packages that we sent you or that we provided as options, you want to either tell me that, like say I need help picking something out, or tell the person who sent you this to watch this and they'll help you pick something out. Now, when you do, thank you, somebody said thank you so much. If you want to get the freebie, the last step is we have to put a promo code in when you check out online to get that freebie. So it's kind of a 2-step. I have to link your name and then we have to use the promo code. You can copy and paste this promo code, take a screenshot if you want, or I'm happy to text you back it, okay? So just text me and I'll make your life simple and I'll send you everything you need. And then lastly, keep in mind the last Monday of the month, March 29th, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Mark that on your calendar if you would like. I'm gonna do a group wellness consult. So you will get access to about 30 minutes to put together personal protocols for yourself, your family, or your pets on what you guys need support with. So that's something that I am going to offer here. So that is, I'm gonna stop my screen share. So I can quickly go through and see if okay, we have some people asking for the recording. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, anybody else have questions that they would like to ask me live quick before we hop off? Great analogy, okay. Thanks, Lene. Okay, yes, it's being recorded. So what I will do is, I'm not sure, however, if you got this from Tiffany or myself or somebody else, but I will send the recording out to my friends right away so that they can post it for you. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do real fast, if you guys give me 1 second, is I already recorded, I did this same class a few days ago for a few other ladies, and I have that recording right now. So if you would like, I can actually put that in the chat box if you guys would like to be able to copy and paste that one. I don't say the same thing every time, but it's pretty similar is what I can tell you. Here we go. That one is 38 minutes exactly. And I'll put that in the chat recording. So that is from a few days ago. If you guys want to be able to copy and paste that one right now, otherwise I will also send this recording out. So any other questions before